Brian Manzella coming to you, English Turn Golf and Country Club, New Orleans, Louisiana. And you know, I've been playing golf now 37 years, and there's something that I was hearing 37 years ago that somebody today on brianmanzella.com on the forum, you can go brianmanzella.com/forum. If you're watching this in the forum, you know how to get there. They were asking the same question. Somebody was talking about playing with my dad on the City Park West course, 135 years ago. And what is that? Well, somebody hit a bad shot and say the thing that they did wrong right there, maybe their friend's telling them, is they used too much right hand or too much right arm. Man, when I started playing, 70, 71, that's all you heard. It made Jimmy Ballard a rich man coming along saying you could use your right hand. Well, of course you can, and of course everybody did. But there was a lot of people then saying, you just put this thing in the right hand to sleep and just pull with that left hand. That'll guarantee you to lose about 20% of your power. But can you use too much right hand? Well, no. I hit that ball pretty solid, right hand only. I flipped that pretty bad, left hand only. So really, what it is just incorrect application of the right arm. Now, what is the right arm supposed to do? Well, at address, it's relatively straight, and the wrist is relatively straight. And then somewhere on the backswing, they're going to bend a little, mostly. You don't have to. Johnny Nicholas kept it straight off a long time. Then, at least by the first move down the downswing, you're going to have a pretty bent right arm and a pretty bent right wrist. Exactly like if I was going to throw this ball, like a football. Bent right arm, bent right wrist. I'm going to carry that bent arm and bent wrist with my body, and then I'm going to release it. Same thing in golf. You're going to set it a little bit, maybe even a little bit more in the downswing. You're going to carry it. You're going to straighten at least the right arm. You don't have to straighten the right wrist. It'll probably straighten some to get you to impact so you don't have too much forward lean, a problem a lot of people like to have. And sometimes you'll do like VJ Singh and you'll just arch the sucker on the other side of the ball. Doesn't matter. He's got pretty good impact alignments. His bank account says so. I've watched him in person. I'm sure a lot of you have too. So you can have your right arm work in such a way that it works on the wrong plane. Little drill I like that I came up with: you just take your left hand grip, set up, you don't need a ball, and you put your right hand where it would be at address, make a backswing, and try to fit that forearm in. You don't have to have your right forearm on plane and impact, but we're saying somebody's probably got some funny little right arm move, and it'd be a pretty good idea for them to learn to get that thing down there on plane. The other thing is, I tell this to people all the time, they have bad right arms. Sometimes you have left-handers, playing right-handed. Just get a little divot, like I have right here, set up to the back of the divot, so the front of the divot's about, a golf ball or more width in front of the leading edge of the club, and make right arm only swings. I'll promise you, if you watch that in slow motion, I probably did that better than I do when I have two hands on the club, because the weight of the club helped me settle this thing on plane, okay? So if you have a bad right arm problem, at least in your mind, train that right arm what to do. In my video, Confessions of a Former Flipper, which is one of the top selling web videos of all time, I show you how to hit little short shots with just your left hand and just your right hand, like I did right there. It keeps you from straightening that right wrist too soon and learn to hit down on it. Anyway, don't fear the right hand. You need it. In a perfect application of power, according to all the physicists, pull like crazy with everything you have until this club's about the left arm's parallel to the ground and the shaft is vertical. And at that point, while you're still pulling, you want to push like crazy. That's a lot of right arm right there for me. And I want to get as close to 100% power as possible. It can be your friend, made Jimmy Ballard a few $1 million, and I bet you'll improve your golf game if you learn to use it correctly.